My name's Jenny Bishop. I'm Head of Marketing and Communications for the Real Ideas organisation. We're a social enterprise based in the Southwest, and we do a whole range of stuff from education, skills and learning, employability, regenerating old buildings, and supporting communities to grow and develop. What I love most about my job is that it's got social purpose, that what we do as an organisation actually helps improve people's lives. And that makes a huge difference on those hard days, on those stressful weeks, that you know the work that you're doing is really helping people and communities. I grew up as one of three girls in a household with an awesome mum and dad. I had a really stable, happy, loving home environment. And that really set me up, not just with brilliant parents as role models. And both my parents worked. My mum worked as much as my dad did. My dad shared the household chores along with my mum. So I had great family role models. But it also put me in a family with lots of women, which I think has been hugely helpful. You know, I know how to work alongside women. I know how to work in a team with women. And I also see great female role models in my family. I had a really normal school life, I guess. I was at primary school in Essex, where my family was living at the time. And then we all moved up to the Midlands for my dad's job, where I went to middle school and high school. And I really enjoyed school. You know, I loved learning. I was quite successful at school. I got good grades. But I still didn't really know what I wanted to be when I grew up. But it was outside of school. I did a lot of performing arts and I danced and I did drama stuff that I really enjoyed that and started to wonder how could I make that more part of my career choices. So I went on to do A levels and then to university here in Plymouth. So I did a performing arts degree, not knowing what I wanted to do when I was older. I just wanted to do something at university that I knew I'd enjoy, that perhaps I'd be good at. And then through that, could I find a route to a career? And what I found through studying and my degree is that there are a whole load of interesting jobs around the entertainment industry. And I got into marketing, the job that I do today, through that. I'm so lucky that I had some great female role models, both inside my family. My grandmother brought up the family on her own. I've got some amazing aunts, my mum and my sisters. But I also had some amazing role models outside of the family. My dance teacher set up her own dance school when she was 19. She was a young entrepreneur following her heart and her passion. And that was incredible to see a young woman doing something like that. And then my first proper job, as I'd call it, at Breast Cancer Care in their press office. That charity was led by women. There was a female chief exec. Many of the directors were women. And whilst there were guys in that organisation, they found ways to collaborate and be part of a female-led organisation. So for me, there's never been a reason why a woman wouldn't be successful in a leadership role, a director or a board level. And I must admit, some of the things that I've really enjoyed doing in my career have been collaborating with other women. And definitely at Real Ideas, I'm so lucky to have an extraordinary chief exec in Lindsay Hall, who is a phenomenal woman, achieving so many great things and making real change. Working in marketing, I've been really lucky to be able to work in loads of different sectors. From retail, I was PR manager for House of Fraser. I've worked in local government. The reason I moved to Plymouth was to work for Plymouth Pavilions. So I've worked across public, private and third sector in my career. And it is fair to say that in some instances, I've experienced, quite traditional gender stereotypes in those roles. There was one time at an organisation where I hosted a meeting and I was the most senior officer in that room. And at the end, one of the guys in the session turned to me and said, "Could you just share the minutes?" And I said to him, "No, I'm not here to take the minutes. I'm here to be an active part of this conversation. So I've taken my actions. I hope you've taken yours." So, there are still some gender stereotypes that have existed in the organisations that I've worked in. But, on the whole, I've been really lucky that to counter that, there have been some brilliant female role models and those who push and call out and try and address those gendered stereotypes when they see them. So, as it's International Women's Day, my message is a rising tide raises all boats. There's room for all of us to succeed and grow and support each other as women. And when one of us rise and when one of us push a boundary, open a new door, it helps all of us.